Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Smash JT. In this episode, we're going to talk about being a collector, and in this modern era, is it okay anymore? Smash JT. So after I posted my NES Classic comparison video between what happened with the original release to the 2018 release, it was met with a reception that was, let's just say, a bit mixed. And there were a couple things in that video that I found out since posting that were not entirely accurate. First off, the difference in the NES Classics wasn't from 2016 to 2018. Apparently it was the difference between the first run of 2016 and a future run of the 2016 original release of the NES Classic. So I apologize for the mistake on that. You guys corrected me immediately on that video. But as far as the question that I asked in that video, it still stands of the collectability between the original release of the NES Classic compared to the updated changes, adding in the ESRB logo and moving over the Nintendo seal of quality, if that's going to make a difference or not. That question still stands. That doesn't change. All that changes is, apparently, the shift happened back in 2016 instead of the new release in 2018. I've also been informed that the internal paperwork is different, where the original release came with My Nintendo points, and obviously the new 2018 release does not come with that. So there are also a few differences between the paperwork in the 2016 to the 2018. But regardless, the point of this video is to talk about being a collector and why I feel like it's almost not acceptable this day and age to be one. I try my best not to be a video game hoarder, although I kind of have way too many games that I'm even able to play, and there are a ton of games in my collection that I've yet to even put in my systems yet. And some people will hear that and say, "You're crap, I can't believe you're buying these games and not even playing them. You call yourself a gamer?" I mean, I am a gamer. I'm a big time gamer. I kinda have a problem. I buy too many games. I don't have the time to play these games that I want to. Games that I love, games that I really want to get to playing. Just not possible, it's not feasible. The problem I'm seeing people have with the way I approach this is, if I'm not going to be buying the games to play them, then I shouldn't be buying them in the first place. And that's where the question comes in on if it's even acceptable to be a video game collector in this day and age. People are getting upset at me that I bought the original NES Classic back in 2016. I was one of the few people that was able to get one officially through a store that was actually selling it at cost. I didn't go through a scalper or anything like that. I got it through the traditional means of getting a video game console, through an actual store, in this case Best Buy. People are upset that I bought that, kept it in the box, and didn't play it, because there are other people that were really wanting one and didn't get one, and now I'm to blame for that because I bought the system just to put it on my shelf to collect dust, and now I'm the enemy. And I know I'm not alone on this. There are plenty of other people out there confirmed who have told me they bought the NES Classic originally as well, just to put it on their shelf because they too are video game collectors. And this is a question that I have for you guys because it's really irking me right now, based off the responses I got in my NES Classic video the other day on how people feel about buying things and not using them. And I know this question comes up a lot more these days because there's stuff that people want to get and it's in short supply, and those things have high collectability. But then there are people out there that really want to play them and really want to buy them, and because they're collectors like me and other people out there buying them to collect, we are the problem. But I want to turn the attention over to what the issue actually is. And in this case, instead of getting mad and hating on people who are collecting video game systems because that's their passion and that's what they get enjoyment out of, turn your attention over to the people who are producing these things, in this case Nintendo, and don't forget the extremely limited supply they created with the NES Classic originally back in 2016, and how pissed off people were at them because they didn't make enough of them. And if you don't recall Nintendo's official response as to why they weren't making enough of these, they said they weren't able to meet the production demands. They're running short on the supply of production materials, and this wasn't entirely their focus, and they gave a whole bunch of other excuses for that. Their official word was, it was discontinued because we don't have unlimited resources. And then a couple years go by and magically now they do have unlimited resources. The NES Classic is in plentiful supply. You can go into a local Walmart or Best Buy, Target, and they're on the shelves right now, for the most part, everybody has been able to get one who's wanted one. And this is something that wasn't available back in 2016. So is it okay to yell at collectors saying you bought these things and you didn't use them and you're the problem? Or should we turn our attention to Nintendo and say, I think you guys aren't being fully completely honest with your answers as to why you didn't make enough of these. I think the real reason NES Classics weren't made in mass quantities was because you were trying to create artificial demand for these suckers. Everybody and their mother wanted one of these things, and because they weren't able to get one, word spread like wildfire. News agencies were talking about it. It was on TV. These broadcasters that don't even care about video games were talking about Nintendo again. And this is exactly what Nintendo wanted.
A Bradenton Best Buy is getting a shipment of the Nintendo NES Classic today. And Fox 13's Kelly Cowan is live for us on 14th Street West in Bradenton. Kelly, I know there's a line there. I know you remember it. I remember these days. These were the good old days, weren't they?
And now that a couple years have gone by, people still want it. The demand hasn't diminished whatsoever. And now they're available in plentiful supply. I think you should stop getting mad at the collectors and start turning your attention to the actual issue. The producers of these machines were purposefully holding back supply to create an artificial demand. And that right there is the problem. Not the collectors. Don't get mad at people for buying something that's for sale legitimately. Who cares what they want to use it for? I'm not going to question what anyone goes into a store to buy something for. For whatever purpose they want it for, they legitimately bought it. It's theirs. They can do whatever the hell they want to. If they want to buy a Nintendo game and throw it up in the air and play clay pigeon shooting and shoot it with a rifle, more power to you. I'm not really a fan of that, but I'm not going to judge anybody on what they do with their purchases. That is up to them. And so is for other collectors. If you want to buy something, destroy it with a gigantic mallet, light it on fire, I don't care. You bought it with your own money. The problem comes in with companies creating artificial demand. It astounds me the sheer amount of people out there that are getting pissed off at collectors, getting pissed off at gamers for not playing the games that they own or playing the systems that they own. That is literally impossible. I have every system I could have ever imagined and more games than I could have ever dreamed of at my house right now. And there is no possible way for me to play all of these things, never mind all at once, but even if I spread them out over time, it's just not feasible. I have a life, I have a YouTube channel, I have a family, it's just not feasible. So people who are upset at me for collecting the NES Classic, are you saying that I should just sell my entire video game collection because I'm not playing these games on a daily basis? Is that what the real issue is? Or is this just anger misdirected at the individuals instead of the companies? This is a legitimate question that I have for people who are upset at collectors, because for the life of me, I can't figure it out. And I'm going to throw that out to you guys and end the episode right there. Let me know down in the comments, do you feel like it's okay for people to buy something for whatever reason they want? Or do you feel like if you're going to be buying video games, you better damn well be opening them up and using them, or else you're an asshole? Let me know down below, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one. As always, the Smash JT channel is brought to us by you generous Patreons out there. If you're interested in joining them, hit the Patreon link below. You can donate as little as $1 a month. Everything makes a gigantic difference. If you enjoy the content I'm making here, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit the bell for notifications. And again, thank you so much for watching. Smash JT.